post-COVID, okay, almost all companies, research-based companies, they conducted sample space research. It is called as SPR. Okay, if you're writing somewhere, you can write down. It is called as SPR. SPR means sample space research. So what they do is, suppose I want to conduct research in India. Okay, so I'll do one thing. In every city or in every state, I will select some number of people, and in every state, I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to share a question set with them, and I'll ask them to answer that. Then I'll collate all the questions in one place, all the answers in one place, and then I'll see that, okay, are the people of Delhi saying something different from the people of Mumbai? Are the people of Mumbai saying something different from the people of Gujarat or Kolkata or Trivandrum or Chennai? And things like that. I'll try to understand what is the thought process of the people, because the questions are the same. Are the answers same or not? So sample space research was conducted by most companies post-COVID to understand change in human behavior. And I'll give you a practical example. Before COVID, you had to go to school, correct? You had to go to college. When COVID happened, you were given the option to study from home, virtual, and you became very comfortable because you did not have to wear a formal shirt, pant, sit. You could have just been wearing a t-shirt, sitting there, right? So it was very easy that way. Oh my God, just a moment. I'm probably not recording this session. Let me quickly record it. Yeah. So
recording in
as I was
progress.
saying, post-COVID, right? We analyzed the change in human behavior, and we saw that, okay, people have become too comfortable here. People have become too comfortable, and people are now comfortable at home because they were able to manage their work, family time, everything. But in a lot of different places, we also got equal number of people saying that we are bored at home. Okay. Now my question to all of you is, how many of you were actually getting bored at home when COVID happened? You can raise your hand like this. Okay, I can see Bhagyashri, Divyansh, Gurpreet, Kundan, Aditya, Jyoti, Jaitul, Prajal, Veena. Okay, a lot of people, right? Oves, Mukesh, Arshad, Pratap, Ashish, Abhishek, Ritik, Suraj. Great. So I mean, a lot of you were getting bored that time, right? Because you were missing that physical meeting someone, interacting with them, sitting with them, having a chit chat, having a cup of coffee together, having a cup of tea together, and those were the things people were missing, right? So the idea here was that half of the people said that we are super comfortable. Okay, half of the people said that we are super comfortable, whereas half of the people said that we want to go back, yeah, we want to meet people, but we also want to stay at home. You would have seen something that most of the companies moved to a hybrid model. Correct? They said that you come to office for a few days, you stay back the other days. Right? Same happened with us. So when we did the research, we were able to see that there were two types of parents. First type said that there are so many benefits of offline learning that we want to send our child offline. For example, peer-to-peer guidance, okay, the class environment, okay, peer-to-peer guidance, class environment is there, doubt resolution is better because you are sitting in front of the teacher and things like that. People started saying these things as well as the benefits. I'm just naming a few, and there are more. Similarly, the second type of people who were there, they said that, okay, there are certain benefits for online learning. What are the benefits? Some of them were better content. Why? Because in online learning, I can actually make somebody like an enemy sir, who is one of the best faculties of physics, teach you, because it's online. He can teach you online. So better content, better understanding because it's visual. A lot of the things are visual. They also said that online is as per child comfort or pace, right? And more. A lot of things are different. So when we saw that 50% of the people are saying that offline is better, online is better, we thought that okay, let us do one thing, let us club these two. And from here we said we'll do one, we'll take the best of online and best of offline, and we'll call it hybrid learning. Now this was the concept of Byju's and a center combined together. So actually, if you see, Byju's Tuition Center is an evolved version of a tablet learning program and a Byju's classes and a center. Correct? Because online classes are Byju's classes, tablet is provided for a BDC student, and there is a center also. You can go there, you can attend it, right? But now, when the model was clear, when we thought that okay, we club the online and offline together, how do we make centers? So at that point of time, we had acquired Akash. All of you know Akash? At that time, we had acquired Akash. And Akash historically has always been a center model, correct? Akash was never online back in 2019-20. Akash was never online. Akash was a proper offline center. So what we did was, when we acquired Akash, we were able to understand that how does Akash run their online center. So from there we got a lot of information, and we hired a company. Okay, we hired a company to do a research and tell us what are the criteria for us to search for a tuition center. The company name was Kearney. Okay, you can search it on the internet later. You'll understand. Okay, Kearney was the company's name. It is basically a consultation firm. It's a very big consultation firm, Kearney. Okay. And Kearney did the research for us. And they listed out 18 criteria. They listed out 18 criteria that every center should have for it to be called as a Byju's Tuition Center. Understood? 18 criteria meant number of classrooms, one staff room, one meeting room, one KVH table, X number of square feet area. It should have AC centralized. It should have water dispenser, coffee machine, and things like that. So it's listed out a lot of things. Separate washroom for boys and girls. Like that, a lot of criteria were there, which was stipulated by Kearney to say that okay, if any center has these, you can directly buy that center, buy that place, and start your center. If you open a center, you have to build the center. You have to make sure that these criteria are met. Only then you can say it's a world-class center. This is what Kearney does. Now, what we did was we started searching for centers like this. So we found a space, we constructed the center, right? So every center you will find a CCTV attached everywhere. Every center you will find, and I'm telling you this because you are currently in week one. When you go to week 2, it's going to be at the center. So you'll see all these things, okay? You will see centralized AC, you will see different rooms for different stakeholders, you will see classrooms, you will see a reception area with sofa and all that, and you can sit. You can see that there is a particular place, dispenser is there, water dispenser is there. You will have proper washrooms, clean and tidy washrooms, and you will have a teacher's room, and these things were certain criteria. And you'll find it in every center, and majorly the look and feel of every center is the same. So you go to a Delhi Byju's Tuition Center, or you go to a Salt Lake Kolkata Byju's Tuition Center, you will see it looks the same. Yeah, the placement of the rooms can be a little bit different, but the color coding, the color of the desk, the company of the ACs, the CCTV camera, the company from which the CCTV cameras are bought, everything you find standardization, right? Everything is the same. The sofa, everything looks the same, and that is how we were able to standardize. Okay. Now, the idea that I want to give all of you is, once we started opening the center, okay, let me explain you all like this. Let me explain you like this. When we open the center, let me take an example. Okay. Ashwini, can you unmute yourself once?
Yes.
Okay, Ashwini, which location are you from?
Sir, I am Barabanki.
Okay, and which center you have got? Like a recruiter would have talked to you, right? You talked about the center.
Right. Sir, Faizabad civil line.
But
Sir, Faizabad.
okay, Faizabad, right? Fine, thanks, Ashwin. So, Ashwani, sorry. So, Ashwani, you are basically going to work in the Faizabad center, correct? If you get recruited. Now, my question or understanding for all of you is, suppose this is, let me draw. Suppose this is a place. This is a city. I'm giving an example. This is a city. And this is basically the center. Okay. For example, let us think that this is a center. This is a Byju's tuition center. Now, if this is Faizabad, this is the Byju's tuition center. Okay. Which I think Ashwani was saying civil lines, that area. Byju's tuition center started very late, correct? But Byju's tablet learning program and Byju's classes were from before, correct? Which means a lot of people, suppose these are people. Okay, let me select this. Suppose these are a minute. Why is it not selecting? Some issue is there. Anyways, suppose these are certain people. I'm just giving an example. These are certain people. There can be people who have already got a call before Byju's tuition center started for a BTLP program, which is tablet learning program, or a Byju's classes, right? Now it's a new offering. You have opened a Byju's tuition center. So they thought that how do we now attract customers? Because a lot of customers would have got calls for a tuition center, for a tablet learning program. A lot of customers might have got a call from a Byju's classes. And they might feel that, yeah, I'm getting everything at home. Why do I go to a center? So for that, the company fixed that we are going to work. The company said that we are going to work, okay, in a model which will be a 5-kilometer radius model. Okay. So what I'm trying to tell you is that it said, I should have made a circle. So it said that in the 5-kilometer radius of the center, okay, we will first start interacting with the customers. So what was finally decided was that in 5-kilometer radius, we will first conduct marketing activity. Now, what were the marketing activity? We had put stalls, we had put in outside malls, inside malls, inside society. Our marketing team started meeting people and they started giving them awareness that, sir, although you might know Byju's, you might know about Byju's classes, but wait, we have a tuition center here now. And why don't you come and explore the center? I mean, it's an amazing center. It has all the facilities. Let's visit once and see. We'll be there to receive you. We'll give you a good experience. Come and visit us. So they started saying this. The word of mouth started spreading, and most of the people in the 5-kilometer radius, they started visiting the center. Now, these visiting the center, you can write down somewhere, is in sales terms called as walk-in. Walk-in means customer coming to your center, right? And they are basically curious, inquisitive. They want to know what is the center all about. Now, why is Byju's Tuition Center a good offering? And if I tell you guys, why are you guys lucky to work at a BTC if you get shortlisted? I'll give you the very important difference. Suppose I am in Byju's classes. I only can sell Byju's, for example. But on the other hand, Jyoti can sell Byju's Tuition Center. Okay, example. Okay. I can sell Byju's classes, whereas Jyoti can sell Byju's Tuition Center. Okay. Now I'll tell you the difference. When I am pitching a customer Byju's classes, I am telling them that you are going to get online classes. A teacher will teach you online. But I have never met the teacher. Okay. I have never met the teacher. Whereas when Jyoti is trying to sell the Byju's Tuition Center, she has actually met the teacher. Okay. Why? Because the teacher is also sitting in that center only. So this is a big advantage. Okay. And this is called as stakeholder management. Okay. So if you're writing somewhere, you can write down, this is called as stakeholder management, because you know different stakeholders, you're meeting them. So when you're saying that you will get a physics teacher, you know the teacher already. Okay. When you are saying that you're going to have a maths teacher who is so-and-so, who has this credibility, you know that teacher personally because you're meeting them. So Byju's Tuition Center teaches you a lot of things. It will teach you stakeholder management. It will teach you to interact with other people. You will know how a center functions. Correct? These were the benefits. Now, what was the tagline for Byju's Tuition Center? Anyone? What was the tagline for Byju's Tuition Center? Anyone who knows this, you can raise your hand. I'll give you a chance to unmute. Anyone who knows can raise your hand. I'll give you a chance to unmute. Yes, Devashish. Go ahead. Omkar. Yes. Devashish, Omkar, and then Gurpreet.
So
Think
fall
and
in
learn.
love with learning.
Fall in love with learning.
Think and learn.
Think and learn.
Keep trying. But these are not. Gurpreet, you want to add something?
So fall in love with learning.
No, that is a general saying of Byju's. That is not for tuition center. Anyone else who wants to attempt OS?
In your life? Big in your life, sir.
No. Next. Anyone else? Keep trying. Nothing is right or wrong here. We are just discussing. Okay. Jyoti, you want to try?
Education for all.
Education for all is a campaign by Byju's where we teach people who cannot afford education. That is a separate thing. But yeah, I'm happy that you guys are at least speaking.
Sir, fall in love?
No, fall in love with learning is a general
Fall in love.
Byju's concept.
sir.
It's okay, but okay, chalo, I'll tell you. It's hidden in the TV ad, which Shah Rukh Khan does. Okay. So Shah Rukh Khan says one line, which is the tagline. Okay, which was main tagline of Byju's Tuition Center. I'll first say it in Hindi. I'll convert it into English. The tagline is, अपने बच्चे को Byju's Tuition Center पे छोड़ दो और बाकी सब हम पे छोड़ दो. Right? So what the tagline was that you send your child to a Byju's Tuition Center and leave everything to us. So what we wanted to, so this was the TV campaign of Shah Rukh Khan. What we wanted to tell through this was that why do parents send their child to tuition? So that they don't have to take the load of education. They're like, "Arey, bachche ko bhej diya tuition. We have sent that child to tuition. Our worry is now over." That is why we launched this campaign saying, "Apne bachche ko Byju's Tuition Center pe chhod do aur baki sab hum pe chhod do." Saying that you just enroll your child to the center, we'll take care of everything. Right? So that was the tagline of Byju's Tuition Center. We wanted to make the parents understand that you leave your child here, we'll take care of his learning because we have a mechanism which will ensure your child is learning properly. And that is where, let me relate it to the product. There is pre-class, in-class, post-class. Pre means before the class, in classes when you are attending the class, post class. So we are keeping the child involved all the time. You understood the tagline? That is why this was the tagline, that you send him to us and we'll take care of everything. We'll give him pre-class, in-class, post-class work. He will be busy. Clear? This was the concept. Now, let me tell you one thing. As a salesperson, it is very easy for you to get misguided. I'll tell you the reason why. I'll take an example. Suppose Abhishek, okay, and Gurpreet, and suppose Suhail and Prince. There are 4 candidates, okay, for example. For Abhishek and Gurpreet, they got a good guy. They met a good guy on floor who was good, who did everything honestly. And he said that Abhishek, Gurpreet, don't do these things. These are bad things to do. Now, Abhishek and Gurpreet saw that he's a good guy. He's doing good revenue. They started following him. Whereas Suhail and Prince met a bad guy. And that guy is saying that, Arey, revenue is important. Just do the sale. Say whatever you want to the customer, but get revenue. Now, Suhail and Prince thought that he's a senior. He might know. Let me follow. So what I'm trying to say is, the scope of saying lies, the scope of saying something wrong in a Byju's tuition center is very, very low. What I'm trying to say is, if you say something wrong, you'll get caught very easily. And let me tell you how you'll get caught. So what happens is, suppose you met the customer, you sold the product also. Generally, people make false promises, you know when? When they are closing the sale. That is when they start doing false promise. For example, you have spent 1.5 hours with me. I'm a customer. And you're trying to close the sale. You have told me, sir, 1 lakh rupees is the course fee. I am like, yaar, 1 lakh rupees is okay, but I need everyday classes. I don't want one day offline, the other days online and those things. Every day, if you can call my child to the center, I will enroll. So since you have spent 1.5 hours, 2 hours, if you do a wrong commitment and you tell me that, sir, don't worry, your child can come to the center. Sale happens. I enrolled my child. But when I try sending my child to the center, the service counselor there will say that, no, sir, he has to only come to the center once in a week. Rest of the days are from home, now online. Then the customer is like, Arey, this guy told me that it is every day he can go. Other person is saying something else. Fraud. Now he'll write a mail. That mail will get escalated. This is one way. But ideally, this also does not happen. I'll tell you what happens actually. When you enroll, the customers are called to the center for an orientation before the classes start. So all the parents would be called at the orientation, and the ABH, which is the area business head, and the ACH, academic center head, meet all the customers and they make them sign an undertaking. Now in that undertaking, everything that Byju's promises is written. For example, classes, offline classes are this much, online classes are this much. This is the time your child has to come to the center. This is the time he is going to learn from online. There the customer has to tick what he understands. And then if there is any false promise, he can write it there. That, Prince had told me, I'm just taking an example, Prince. Okay, don't mind. Prince has told me that classes will happen every day. He can write it there and he can escalate it. There itself, the ABH will try to handle the situation, but it will be an escalation for the salesperson. Why we have done, Ravi Kumar is asking, what is the full form of ACH? ACH is academic center head. He is like the teacher of teacher, boss teacher of the center. He manages all the teachers also, he teaches also, but he manages all the teachers also. Okay. ABH is area business head. Okay. He is basically responsible for marketing, sales and things like that. Okay. Now coming to the false promise, you can get caught very easily there itself. So my advice would be, in service-based models, do not commit anything wrong, because service-based models are long-term models. It's not a product. What I'm trying to tell you is, it's not a phone that you sold somebody a phone by saying wrong things. It's a phone, right? It's not a phone. It's a product which is acting as a service. So it's a long-term thing. He can come to the center. He can see what is there, what is not there. So don't make false commitments. I'm not saying you will. I'm just making you aware that when you go on floor, you can meet certain people who are not good, who can tell you these things, don't ever follow it. You will hamper your career. Why I'm saying this is, if you have a lot of escalations against your name, forget growth. Growth will not happen. Because, okay, just one moment, guys.